Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fair Wanderings, episode 37. This episode is titled "Everyone's Fine," and nothing bad is gonna happen to us ever, because we're nothing. That's just I don't need to explain it more. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine. Yeah. So, Dom, how are you?
I'm doing great. As my food of the week, I made pot roast stew. I made this, no, not pot roast, pork stew, which I made by accident by sauteing some breakfast pork sausages and realized it was too dry, so I added too much water, so I was just going to cook it off. But I also had bella mushrooms with it because, breakfast and mushrooms taste amazing. And I
Okay.
was like, oh, this broth looks weird. And I tried some, and I'm like, this tastes amazing. And I made a soup out of it.
Rock on.
And
Coolio.
of course, add mushrooms, onions, and basically just pork sausage, the kind that you cook basically breakfast sausage, which and the grease from it just makes a really good broth with bella mushrooms. And of course, I cooked some angel spaghetti with it, so I just keep that wet and we just shake it off, drop that, put that, and had some ribeye. Well, not ribeye. New York strips that I got from my job half off because they buy it in the bulk, like the big
Hmm.
slabs. They just caught me and just only charged me like $7 a pound when it's normally like 14 something a pound. And she even cut it up nicely for me and thin so I could just add it to the soup and then just like a little bit of steak on top of your soup.
There
And
you
that's what
go.
we eat the last 2 days. Well, 3 days now. And
Rock
still
on.
tastes D&D, forcing my group on one of my servers into the last encounter because it's been a month. And I'm like, look, guys, I'm in vacations, tagging out. I'm in this push to the final cut. Stop talking to people and go. Final fight. Or if they choose to talk her down, like, I give that option. But, I hope they fight her if I can fireball them. That's all. The thing about it, in the original pamphlet, she's one level rogue and like 7 levels of sorcerer,
Uh huh.
but 5e leveling works kind of different because you know the action economy is a lot more strenuous. She can't have multiple spells up, so she gets like 3 extra levels to make the same CR basically. So it's kind of like, I'm going to give her 3 levels of assassin and 7 levels of sorcerer to balance her out, and it's like amazing
There you go. Rock on.
and works. I thought was going to be slower this week, but everybody's like, "Hey, you have these days off. I'm going to come work at our store," and I'm like, I guess I like money, so I did
Nice.
get MLK out because I was like, I'm sleeping in for this.
Hmm.
So I'm driving out to our pooler, which is a sub area, and I'm getting paid reimbursements for driving out there, which is nice. Just to
Rock
work a
on.
5 hour shift because I'm taking like money per hour is like a lot higher.
Nice.
But
Rock
other than
on.
that, learning about wine, I completely forgot to watch the beginning of next episode, last week episode, learning
It's
about
okay.
wine. And I have came down to number crunching how much I need to make a year to keep my villa and how many bottles of wine I need to sell, which I guess I took into consideration that I'm going to mess up on some of them, but at the same time, they're going to be extra good like product because they're druid magic induced. So I guess that kind of balanced out. Is
Uh
that fair,
huh.
Michael?
We'll talk about it.
Because usually I'm just doing this to sustain. I'm not trying to make a profit off it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm confident that you're with a little bit of druidic intervention periodically, your estates can sustain themselves. Evie,
Yeah.
can you send me that list of items that you have on your person again?
Oh no.
Sure.
I don't know why you would need to do that.
Where did I send it to
You
you
would never.
Can you
Why would you need
send
to
it
do
to me in
that?
text? Can you send it to me in not text?
Okay, but where did I send it to you originally?
I think you sent it to me in a text message.
Ah.
Over phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, fair.
Because I'm just gonna go find it and copy paste it because I was a list.
Like I know I probably have to buy an acre because in theory I have to sell at least 300 bottles of wine a year,
That
and
seems like a
that's
lot.
well, just that it takes a year to ferment basic wine. I'm probably gonna have the this special
Maybe.
thing. Like this is fine wine, which I'm thinking it'll be fine wine because I'm using genetically enhanced.
That seems reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, but they're gonna be messing up because it's the first time I've ever done it. So technically, I'm saving money because of Druid and they're special, but at the same time,
There will be some nature rolls and there will be a brewer's kit roll involved. It'll be fine.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
Okay.
Unfortunately, I won't be there to do it because I want to venture. That's why I'm trying to set this up before I go.
Mhm.
And I
Yes.
probably have to buy an acre of land just to have the extra space. Cause I don't think the backyards. Well,
Oh, you got space. You're fine.
okay, that's what I was thinking.
Backyard's bigger than I drew it. Which, by the way, I drew
Oh no, I love
a
it.
sketch out of the house.
Mhm.
And guess what? We have a wiki because I went and did that on fandom.com, Fair Wanderings wiki, and I'm gonna put the sketches of the house up there.
To
Woohoo!
tell you the truth, I'm actually gonna add a third level to the house.
Oh my god.
Kind of like it's gonna be like Echo's room, kind of like open.
Extensive remodeling.
Well, it's more like I'm putting like the stairs gonna keep going up and
You
probably put.
thought we were here to play D&D. We're actually here to play The Sims.
In my reality, this would make more sense for a druid to live on top of the roof.
That's
Okay,
fair.
live on the roof.
It's
Oh,
open like
Uh-huh.
space,
Michael, where do you want me to send this?
Send it on Discord, please.
and I'll probably have a hammock up there, just like.
Should I send it to you too? Do you just want to know what everyone has just for no reason at all?
If you would like to send me your current carried items, you can.
I mean, it's in my character sheet. You could just check that. There's no
That's
reason for you to specifically know what one of us has.
Okay.
I
How are
think
you
I'm down-
doing? How are you doing, Lily?
Fine. Thanks for asking.
Out like hell.
I'm fine. Everything's fine here. How are you?
Yes, you sound fine.
Lily, you're the best.
Just sitting here thinking about how everyone's going to be totally okay this episode.
Okay.
And about how I've never tweeted a lie. You wouldn't want to ruin that streak, would you?
No, that doesn't count as a lie. Never mind. I seem to remember someone else having your Twitter at one point. Huh?
Huh?
Does that count? I'm kidding.
Uh.
Do you remember when we pretended to not be ourselves on Twitter? Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, never mind.
When did that? What?
It was it was like a Fair Wanderings thing. Not Fair Wanderings. It was right at the start of Longfall. We tweeted as our Longfall characters.
Really?
Yeah. You tweeted as Zajay.
I did?
Yeah.
I think
That was a long time ago.
They was all like sipping wine. And they thought it was funny. Everybody drink wine at the exact same time.
Huh.
Let's tweak.
I don't remember that.
I guess that's not technically a lie, but that's a gross fabrication.
It's not a lie. It's role playing.
I
Role playing
mean,
isn't lying.
role playing is lying with the intent to entertain.
It's creating a story.
Ouch. Fuck.
That's fiction.
So
Wow,
Let's-
I heard that.
Let's play
Your
D&D,
cat-
everybody.
Your cats claw you and then meow afterwards.
No, I reached over to get my cat and pet him. Like I just reached behind myself and I moved one of my tables so that it was right there where my hand smacked it. So
got
I
it.
busted my knuckle on my table and that hurt.
Got it. Okay.
And then the kitty was meowing because I cursed.
Aside from punching your furniture, how are you, Evie?
I have been jonesing for this episode so hard. I've been freaking out and realizing things and just like I'm
Mhm.
super excited to play. Super
Mhm.
excited to play.
Yeah, I also
I
can't
don't
wait
want to
for
go
us
into
to.
work because work has been an absolute disaster, but I'm super excited to play.
Coolio. Rock on. All right. Let's catch up on everyone sitting calmly in the house, not doing anything dangerous.
I guess Echo comes from the garden area after setting up the water irritation system and pretty much casting spells, setting up for
So Patches, who's been out there talking to you this whole time about
distributing.
nothing in particular. Like he's kind of just been aimlessly prattling along for about an hour.
No, I think that I was like, your cat's clawing your thing.
Yeah, it's fine. He's
Okay.
very upset. So
Okay, I'm just
okay,
making sure. 'Cause-
maybe I should make this disclaimer. So today the electrician came in to fix the thermostat, and the cats are still very like hyped up about that. So they're still running around the house and yelling and attacking things. So I apologize if they attack me randomly in the middle of the stream.
I'm more worried about your chair. I'm like, it's probably a nice.
Hopefully
chair,
there's
but-
not a ton of blood everywhere. You did rate this mature, right, Lily?
Yes. Don't worry. I gotcha.
Are there rules against?
Anyways.
Are there rules against real blood on Twitch?
Probably we're all gonna.
I
get
don't
banned
know.
forever.
It feels like there would have to be, but I'd be
Maybe.
shocked. I don't know.
I don't
Well, it's
know.
just that
Anyway.
the games that you play kind of okay. I'm probably trying to hit him up to see if he'd be interesting in, I guess, distributing Echo brand wine.
I think. I think. I think Patches just like starts laughing, like he just starts. He starts laughing, and he laughs for a little bit longer than is socially acceptable.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like,
saying.
he's just having a good old time, and then he eventually like falls over on his butt. He's laughing so hard, and then he just looks up at you and just says, "You thought you was gonna sell from anybody else other than me? Come
Well,
on,
I don't want to assume.
Echo, me lad. I like you, but use your head for more than holding whatever's in between your ears.
Okay.
I'll be selling you wine. Don't worry.
I'm like, yes,
Don't
I
worry.
can afford this place now.
I will be using just as my fee. I won't pay you to distribute. I won't make you pay for me to distribute. I will just be using a small portion of your land for a little side project.
Oh sure.
Oh God.
Thank you.
It's all in the favor of my
God.
new god kid, right?
Oh God.
Wait,
Believe me,
Oh, God.
little Tinkles or whatever his name is gonna love it.
Oh, God.
okay.
Oh God.
He,
Wait, I thought isn't it Patch's kid?
Patches his niece.
Oh,
Oh.
it's niece. Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say like, wait a minute.
No, I think he I don't know where he gets it from. It just appears in his hand, sort of. He just like takes out a cigar and just starts smoking it, and he like walks out of the house.
Wait, you're not gonna stay for brunch?
Oh, I got people to screw with.
Do you want something to go?
I had a big breakfast.
Okay, well, have a good day.
Yeah, too.
Just a nice gentleman.
So, Cecilia,
Um,
where are you?
I'm communing. So
What are you?
that's gonna take an hour because I need my spells back.
Okay,
I used a bunch of spells yesterday.
you did.
Well, technically, this all happened in the hour time period because I barely used any spells.
Mhm. So, while you're communing and Echo's doing wine stuff, I guess we need to address the
Elephant in the room.
the battle angel princess in the room.
I don't know what you mean.
So, the camera falls on like a woman with dark Azamari lines, like sitting like up to her shoulders in like a bathtub. She looks very tired. Her hair's like all messed up. There's like candles burning next to her. She like looks up and at the window as someone comes bursting in. Would you like to describe your entrance?
Sure. So Angela comes to the window and opens it, flings it open. She's got the raven wings out. She's got her armor on. She has the war paint, or I guess it's just mage paint, whatever, from that Kirkall had taught her to draw on herself. So she's got that. Lily. We had to talk about a couple of things, but it's not Anyways, so she comes in and she's, her hair's pulled back. You can see the Azamar lines and some of the dragon scales.
Lily's just
And-
pissed that she's missing an awesome fight. Lily's just pissed that Evie's gonna solo the boss and get all the good gear. And
Yeah, that's what I'm
come
worried
back.
about. You know me.
Please continue.
Yeah, so she just comes kind of flying into the room and she sees Narset sitting there in the bathtub.
Yeah, Narset is like starting to kind of like stand up out of the bath, like in surprise.
So Andrella looks at
And
her.
you see her like bow and her like short sword like sitting next to her.
Okay. Yeah, Andrella looks at her with her amethyst eyes all angry.
And her like cold black eyes look back at you.
She says, I tried to save you. Whoa, no, cat, don't break the windows. Sorry. During the moments. Yeah, she says, I tried to save you. And in repayment,
By killing me.
after everyone that I care about.
It's one stupid Yanti. This has nothing to do with you. Let it go.
You were going to turn me in for a reward.
Wouldn't you if you were in my position? Can't exactly go home.
That's the choices you made. And as she's standing there, the air around her begins to get really cold and coalesce on her. And Armor of Agathis, she casts Armor of Agathis on herself at level 4. So this sort of icy sheen sort of...
Are you sure you want to cast that at level 4? Because then you won't be able to cast Blink.
No, it's level 3 spell.
Blink is a level 3 spell. Never mind.
Yeah. I've got this worked out.
Okay.
So she does that, and as she does, she also pulls her sword, and she says, you will not be allowed to harass me or my friends anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see some initiative. Shall we?
Nat 20.
Nat 20.1.
I don't know what that's about.
What the hell?
Okay, hold on. I gotta clear the initiative order real quick.
It's
What?
fine.
I have a 0.1.
That's all.
I agree that you got a nat 20 on your initiative order because you're gonna need all the help you can get. Can you just roll it again so you're back in the order?
Mm-hmm.
Totally thought that was full of milk for a second. I was like, are you vitamin D deficient?
I rolled
natural
one
one.
next time.
Why?
That's
What?
not a nat 1. That's a okay. Yep.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna roll it.
See, you got your one out of the way. It's
Hold
fine.
on.
Yeah,
I need to
exactly. I
add
don't know what's
turn.
up with my initiative. I'm gonna figure it out later. I don't.
Wait a minute, we don't have tokens on this level. That's the problem.
Oh, can you all see the turn tracker?
Yeah.
I can see it, but nothing's on it.
Okay. There should be an Andrella on it now.
Or
I don't see it.
Okay.
I mean, I see it, but there's nothing on it.
We're gonna have to all come over to Theater of the Mindland, if that's the case. Then
We didn't expect this to happen. Magical.
hold on. Let me
carpet.
just move these things. You all are seeing into my like test map, so just peek under the hood.
So I need to click myself. Oh no, I'm there.
Yeah, you're on the initiative order already.
Yeah.
And let me just grab Narset. Go away, email. Sorry, I didn't mention this. We're trying to sell our house today, so I'm like feverishly waiting the person's counteroffer. So if
Wait.
at some point I like get really excited, it's because I just sold my house.
wait again?
Yeah, because they backed out on the first time.
Ah, that sucks.
Wait, your new one or the one you moved out of?
We're trying to sell the one we moved out of. We've been
Oh,
paying double mortgages.
okay.
Oh, you are so lucky ties break in favor of PCs.
That's what the point one is for.
Yeah, it does.
Also,
FYI.
mine's a nat.
Right, because we're playing Tech Noir.
Tech Noir. Okay.
Why the hell
So
is it-
yeah, Andrella, it is your turn first. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so I pulled my sword out as like the Azamari lines begin to burn and like
Okay.
just shed this bright light. And that's gonna be radiant consumption going off.
Again, we're in Theater of the Mindland. I'm just here so you all can see the tokens. Because I do not feel like mapping out a token for a big battle for one person to fight in an empty room.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
So
So I'm going to
you just need to tell me when you're engaged in melee with her.
yeah, I'm gonna fly over to her. And Siander's with me, right?
Sander is with you. He is freaking out. He's like, this is a terrible idea. You need to stop. Like, stop. This is going to get you killed. Stop.
I can talk to Siander telepathically.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like, this is a bad idea. You need to stop.
I'm going to tell Siander, you can help me. Go over there next to her and help me.
I'm going to try, but this is a terrible idea. You should stop.
Yeah, they're believing in me that believes in her.
So Siander can go over next to her, and I'm gonna come down close to her so that I can be in melee range.
Okay.
And I'm going to with the shield
Sander.
and the sword in my hand, I'm going to swipe at her. A big old long sword.
So Sander is going to take the help action to give you advantage.
Yes. Okay. So it's a 27 to hit.
Hits the woman that's just got out of the bath. Yes, that hits.
Yeah. So then that does
Jesus.
14 points of damage.
What?
Oh, wait, sorry. I
maximum
forgot to put on the 7 points of radiant consumption.
She ghetto crit.
So 14 plus 7?
Yes, so I forgot to turn on the radiant consumption damage that I get to add when I attack.
Did you just 21 this girl?
Yes.
The first time Andrella's using a sword.
No,
Yeah,
I
she
practiced.
critted with the Echo and the best sibling have been training. This is our downtime actions.
Yeah, so like just making sure this all adds
Just
up.
remember,
Right.
it's all downhill after this.
That's my charisma. That's because it's magical. Why is there a second?
Remember when you were worried, Lily?
There shouldn't be a second one there. I don't know why there's a mod one and a magic one.
Yeah,
What's
fair enough.
happening right there?
So
So
your
it's,
proficiency?
you don't add your
Oh.
proficiency. Oh.
No,
She should add her proficiency.
I found it. There was a 1 in there for the magic, but the magic's already in, so it's
Okay, so
Okay,
it's a 13, so it's a 20.
So
You're
it's
20.
20 points of damage. Yes. And actually, I meant to do this first. So as I hit her from the sword, we'll say, there's this darkness that just kind of spreads out and wraps around her. So
Mhm.
that's Hexblade Curse.
What's this Hexblade Curse do again? Can you drop it?
Hexblade Curse.
Ooh, it's fun. Wait a minute, shouldn't you Hexblade's curse first?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh yeah.
We're
'Cause
gonna
that
say that you, for the purposes of making sure you don't die, we're gonna say that you did.
Oh, that means this is a crit because
Then-
Hexblade crits between 19 and 20.
Wait, did she roll a 19?
I rolled a 19. Hexblade Curse does give me a crit on a 19.
So
But it's like a one target thing, like unless you take the extra.
that's fine. So give me another. You're wielding that sword one-handed. Give me another D8,
That's how it
Okay.
works? Huh.
Yeah, Hexblade. Like it gives you extra stuff too.
and then you get. Is that radiant or necrotic
and then-
damage?
Okay. So let's break this down. All right. So I rolled an 8 and a 5 for my slashing, for my crit damage. Add a 1 for the magic. Add a 4 for my charisma. Add 7 for radiant consumption. So that's radiant damage. So all that other stuff is slashing damage. There's 7 radiant damage, and then Hexblade Curse adds 3 to the base damage type, so it's slashing damage.
So hold on.
Yeah,
Three.
it also
So
adds your
7 and
proficiency.
3. So she's gonna have the radiant consumption because she's resistant. So that's gonna be 3 points of damage for her.
So wait, plus 20. Okay, so minus. Okay, so minus 3. And then what was the rest of it?
Then there's an 8 and a 5.
Minus 13.
And then there's a 1 and a 4.
Minus
and then
5.
a 3.
Minus 8.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's why dipping in the Hexblade is amazing if you got charisma.
So,
Sorry, that got a little crazy and out of hand because I forgot to do things in the right order. So there we go.
so she's like reaching for her bow,
Her right.
and you feel the red-eyed raven guiding your hand as you lop her arm off.
Ooh.
Wait, did she one-hit her?
Well, she doesn't have an arm now.
She's not wearing armor.
Well,
if she
this
was
is the-
like equipped and able to handle things, she'd have more health.
Okay.
She's not dead, but she's
it's
missing
a
armor.
crit with no armor is pretty brutal. Except unless your name is Echo, which barbarian makes me always battle ready. But she is not battle ready, and she's in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Literally, you flew in through the window, kicked down the window, and cut somebody's arm off.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's screaming. What can she even do at this point? She's going to grab her. I think she's going to grab her short sword and hope.
Well,
Pray to those angel gods.
because this is gonna be fun.
That warlock's gonna murder you.
Oh, crit.
Yeah.
So
Cool. That's fine.
This crit's going everywhere today.
so she's like, and like in her pain, just like gets you right between like one of the in between the plates of your armor, like right at your like kneecap level.
You're lucky that you're wearing armor.
Well,
Or that would have been.
what immediately happens is as she makes contact with me and her blade and her hand come into close proximity to the fact that I am wearing mage armor,
Armor
she
of Gathas.
takes 20 points of cold damage.
Because of the agony armor.
Armor of Agathis. So she takes
20 points of cold damage. And that damage didn't hurt me nearly as much as it looks like it should have because I got 20 points of temporary hit points.
awesome. So she like goes to stab you and just like drops her sword in pain and like curls up into a little ball.
Oh yeah, by the way, she does do an extra d6 of damage, but I think that's a moot point at this point.
Who does an extra d6 of damage?
She crit it.
She did do an extra d6 of damage.
But
She
I
rolled a
think
1.
it's one of the. Oh wow.
She rolled a 10 and a 1.
Wow, that's terrible. She's just screwed. Sorry,
Okay.
babe, you about to die. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Evie just sent me a really snarky message that was like, I told you I could dump a lot of damage out.
I did. I told you.
You did.
Start to wake up.
Andrilla, it's your turn.
Yes. Okay. So she's
So
prone now.
she's like prone, holding her stump arm and her frostbit arm and just weeping. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Vengeance Angel?
Yeah. So I lift my sword up over my head and I say, "You don't mess with those that I protect." And I'm gonna attack her again.
Decapitation. Oh, she's prone, so that's gonna be a bandage, probably. Maybe I don't know.
I mean,
You
You
did
did
crit
not
this
crit
time.
this time.
no, that's not a crit this time. But this should be full damage. I've got all the damages properly turned on this time. So
20. Hexblade Curse 7. Hexblade Curse 3, Radiant Consumption 7.
So that gets halved to 3. So
Hexblade is Radiant or Necrotic?
no, Hexblade is slashing.
Okay.
It's the
So
sword gets an extra 3 damage. But the radiant will get halved. So
6
that'll be 6 on the top.
minus 12. Yeah, you like slice her real hard across the back. Not enough to kill her, but any more damage and she's gonna die. Radiant Consumption also has an AoE component, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's taking 2 damage per round. I am as well.
Yeah, so she takes 2 damage and you take 2
very
damage.
Yeah.
Be sure to mark that down because it matters.
Got it. Yep.
Because the whole house know you're there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's screaming. And that's when, hold on, gotta get to the right layer. Why can't I get to the right layer? That's when 3 people sprint in.
Okay. I didn't hear him coming.
No, you hear them like you hear one of them like banging on the door, and then you hear another one just say like get out of the way and they force the door with their shoulder.
Okay.
I think Narset is just gonna I guess she's gonna try and take the dodge action.
She can healing hands herself.
I don't think any amount of healing hands can fix what's wrong with her.
That healing hands is an action, right?
Yeah.
Standard.
She can, yeah, she'll healing hands herself for her level, which is not a lot. So a little bit of dim light shines through, and the frost, the bleeding, she cauterizes her stump, and she does she eat an attack of opportunity to try and get away from you right now? Yeah, I think she just takes a defensive stance.
Okay. Seeing that some new people have entered the room, who is it?
It's a short, kind of dumb looking guy enters the room, followed by 2 women.
Okay. Are they also fallen Azamars?
They are all fallen Azamar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So seeing that, I have.
It's not your turn yet.
Okay.
They get to do a thing.
Oh, they go between us now? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I let you know they were coming in at the top of the order.
Okay.
So I think the one guy sees you, sees the radiant consumption going off, sees Narset on the ground, kind of makes a face, and just real quick with a crossbow, just gonna try and shoot you at range. He has advantage, misses. Misses with the crossbow, and then he's gonna run over and healing hands Narset.
Okay, so are the other 2 going?
The other 2 go next. They are also going to form up. One of them is going to hold. One of them is going to run up towards you, and she is going to slash at you with her longsword. And the other is going to try and shoot you with a crossbow. or excuse me, short. Yeah, crossbow. So you take a heavy crossbow attack,
Misses.
and you miss.
That's a miss.
You take a long sword attack and a short sword attack.
Okay. Does she get advantage?
She does not.
Then they miss.
So they both clink off your armor.
And I'm pretty sure that the Agatha's armor only does that damage if they make like
If they damage you.
actual, damage contact. So they shouldn't take any.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's them.
Okay.
So now it is your turn.
All right. Seeing reinforcements arrive, I am gonna be cautious, even though I'm angry and crazy. So I'm going to fly up out of melee reach,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to telepathically tell Seander to hide someplace safe.
Seander is going to fly away, but he does take an attack of opportunity from one of the veterans.
I don't know what Seander's stats are.
Seander's stats are if he gets hit. Nope, nothing happens. So not a hair out of place as Seander flies off.
Okay. Then I move up out of melee reach, and as I move, I'm going to put my sword away so that I can then.
Are you taking the disengage action?
No.
Go,
Okay.
furry friend. Fly for help. Echoes can come somewhat sea spirits-ish things if you meow enough.
So you take an attack of opportunity from the dumb guy's mace.
Yeah.
That hit?
No.
Nope. What's your AC now?
17 with the shield up. With my physical shield.
Man, a sorcerer with a 17 AC is really scary.
It's like a druid with a 17 AC.
It's really scary.
It's basic, man.
Okay, so I've put my sword away, and then I wave my hand, and I cast Blink on myself.
Can you drop Blink into the chat so everyone can see it?
Yeah. Blink, blink, blink. There we go. Ignore that damage.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be there.
Uh,
So I cast Blink on myself, and yeah, I'm going to roll that d20 because this is going to be the end of my turn.
okay, roll that d20. See if you enter the ethereal plane.
Yes. I do. That is another nat 20 too.
I wouldn't waste those. So Andrella enters the ethereal plane.
Yeah, like this, and I sort of shimmer, and then I'm gone. And I enter into the ethereal plane for the ethereal eye.
Let's take a pause in the fight here.
Okay.
And check in with everybody else. How's everybody else doing?
How long has it been?
12 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I'm just going to. I got some hard
Echo
work.
has made it up the stairs.
I shift slightly while communing.
I knock on. I was like, Princess, we got breakfast ready. I'm done with the yard work.
Okay, well, that concludes our check-in. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm entertained by this. This is funny and entertaining.
I feel bad.
It's fine.
I feel bad for Lily.
It's
Lily
fine.
doesn't love combat.
No, it's I'm mostly worried about when that warlock decides to walk in.
So Andrella.
Yeah. So I blinked out and I entered the ethereal plane. That was my turn.
Everything is gray and wispy. And you were standing in a room that you thought was full of 4 people, but now it's full of 24 people.
24 people?
Excuse me.
Huh.
25, including you.
Where'd these other people come from?
You look at them and you see, men wearing uniforms of the Cadrian Empire, and Sif leaning on her spear, and Kirkall standing arms crossed, short sword at the
They're
ready.
supposed to be feathers.
And
No,
you
this
see,
plane.
you see your mother, like looking down at her hands.
Oh, you went to third planes with the feathers.
Oh,
Does
you
she
see
have
how
a very disappointing look on her face? Please tell me.
She looks scared.
Oh, okay.
They all look scared.
Andrella looks surprised.
I think Kirkall looks up at you and just says, "You should run."
Good job, Kirkle.
No, I'm gonna end this.
You blink back into reality.
Everybody's had their turns, and now
Everybody has had their turn.
Cool.
So Narset has gotten up and gotten her bow, and Narset is like on the floor. She's holding her bow in one hand and using her foot to hold the like spur of the bow, because that's the only thing she can think of to do, because she's like, I'm going to defend myself.
I have to say, if you're a pro archer, that seems like something that they could pull it off.
There is another person has entered the room. Another one of the veterans has entered the room. Hold on, I gotta get him on the right layer. Damn it. And then Bato has entered the room as well.
There he is.
They all look pissed. And you enter and immediately take two crossbow bolts. So let me grab those.
Ready to actions.
Ready to actions. Crossbow.
That one hits.
Crossbow.
1 damage. Umbrella, you lucky something dark side. Something complete.
All right. Crossbow.
No.
Miss. So yeah, one of them dinks off your armor and the other one like cuts your face.
Does Armor of Agathis doesn't work at range?
Not at range, no. Melee attacks.
Yeah.
If it did, it would be way too busted.
Yeah. Cool. So I look around and I'm like, I can bring reinforcements too. And I touch the ring and I spin it on my finger, and I cast this spell that Rafik had put into it to.
Oh my god.
Do something that you don't know what it does?
To bring out the spell. He said it would bring out a person.
He said it would bring someone to help.
Yeah. So here we go.
Lily.
We're waiting for certain things.
Lily, do you need a minute?
I can't see you. You can't see me.
You're gonna actually want to be a part of this. This one's actually really cool. Like, this is a cool thing that's about to happen that will definitely even the odds.
Okay.
Will it? Because you know what?
Will it?
Yeah.
But will it though?
It'll make them better than they were.
I got backup too.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're casting the Contact Planar Ally spell. And I think you see the shape of it before you process what the thing is. You see like a human-sized snake appear, like very long, like about as thick as a human. It's kind of coiled in on itself and it's like spiraling through the air. And then you realize it has like glowing wings. As
It's the best of two worlds.
the Coatl enters the battlefield.
As soon as you said fall in the ass, Mars, sounds like a Friday night.
Basically. So the Thunder Serpent like screeches, and in Celestial it cries out, "Who dares invoke my name?"
I'm going to reply in Celestial that Rafik said that in a time of need, I merely pull forth this spell and that you would help protect me. And then I point to them.
The Coatl like looks at you for a second, and then like inside your mind you hear this one owes them a debt. And it is going to spring into battle.
Wait, Rafik had a Coatl owe him a debt?
Rafik is an interesting person, okay?
I'm going to have to talk to Rafik about how they managed to get a Coatl indebted to them.
It's like they're not really Satan worshippers, but actually good people.
Oh, hey, you know what? I never said they were Satan worshippers. I just said they were Satan. I'm kidding.
The nuance is small, but important.
The nuance is strong in this one.
So,
we've gotten past that.
Andrella.
Yes. The Coatl gets to roll initiative. Cool.
The Coatl is already on the initiative order. I already rolled for him to save time.
Cool. So I have twisted the ring and summoned this forth.
Why do I have so many Discord notifications? Are any of them from you? No, none of them are from you.
And then I'm going to use my sorcery points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to quicken spell. And I'm going to make a small I'm going to make this big snowflake.
Mm-hmm.
As I spin my hands, this big snowflake appears. And then I fling it out at the group. And it hits the point and just shatters outward with this massive cold snap.
Okay, so what level spell is Cold Snap?
3rd.
So
for everybody in the chat, this is Fireball that's been reworked for cold.
Because someone wanted more cold spells.
Hey, one of my servers, our GM gave us the option for that.
All right, so there you go. It's a DC. Oh, I'm only a DC 15. Oh, I thought it was better than that. A DC 15.
Hey. 15 is good. Remember, DCs don't get super high in the system unless you're like level 20 or something.
So I think that starts to happen. So like you're waiting for the shatter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just see Bato unhinge his jaw and like black tendrils fly out and grab it and pull it into him, and it dissipates as he counterspells you.
Yeah,
Not dealing with
that was an ugly counterspell. Okay, cool.
You're not dealing with the average fallen Astamar anymore. You have gone beyond.
This is where it gets hard.
Well, that was my action and my
bonus action. So let's roll.
Flying in the air out of melee range. So let's blink. I blink.
You blink out of reality. As you blink out of reality, you heal. You hear Narset yell, "Fucker!"
Oh, and I can move 10 feet while I do this. So I'm gonna like be popping back.
Yeah, you're like flicking back and forth unhelpfully. So you're back in the ghost zone. All the ghosts are there.
Yeah.
Kirkall like reaches out and like tries to grab your wrist when you're about to go back in.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize he stops for a second because he can actually like feel you there for a second.
Yeah, I paused for a second too because.
Don't do this. This is only going to end badly.
Nice. Blink out.
Yeah. So let me just resolve everything that happens. Someone takes a bunch of crossbow bolts, and it's going to be the Coatl. Coatl. Hey. Coatl. Wow, this Coatl is just like, yeah, whatever.
Was the 17 a hit?
The 17 is a hit, yeah.
Okay.
This is not a full strength coatl. This is like a baby coatl.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would not have been a hit. Let's see. Narset's going to hold action. The coatl is going to fly over and munch this thug. Hold on. Come here, coatl. I have too many tabs. Ah! I know this is boring. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, it's got a high AC if 17 doesn't hit. Damn.
No, he did.
17 hits. It has an AC of 15.
Oh.
It's a baby coatl. Normally they have an AC of 19. I nerfed it. Because otherwise it could have soloed this fight. Because they punch way above their weight. The coatl's bite hits.
Well, it's not a unicorn.
He fails. The damage happens. And this guy passes out. He just falls asleep. So you wake up, a coatl is floating over a dude who's asleep. It's got a bunch of arrows sticking out of it, but it doesn't seem bothered. Your ghost friends are gone. Arrow to your face. Miss. And Eldritch Blast to your face. And your face. And your face.
He is 3?
Yep.
He's really powerful.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. So they come at me, and right before they hit me, I reflexively kind of put up the shield, and I put up some magic, and I'm gonna cast shield to increase my AC so that those don't hit me.
So the way this looks is you do that, and then just out of the ethereal plane, Kirkall, like diving the bodyguard, takes the shot for you.
Kirko, why? You're gonna die again, maybe. I don't know how this works.
Die again.
So that was a good way to eat 20 force damage out of nowhere.
Yum, sauce balls.
Okay.
Living on the edge.
Ghosts
On
to the
the
rescue.
edge.
You're going to run out of spell slots sooner or later, and then I will have you.
Probably.
Let's check back in with Echo. Echo, what you doing?
Echo's like, Princess, I think your armor should be here. As I get to the door, like I kind of knock, and then it snaps back.
Mhm. And, oh, wait. All that happened before Andrella even started her turn, because that was the ready to actions after the blink. Andrella, it is your turn.
It is now my turn. So I'm gonna.
That does mean you've already used your reaction.
Mhm.
Yup.
Yep.
So until the end of your next turn, you have shield.
Okay. So I'm going to glare at Bato, and I'm going to lift my hand, and it's going to turn icy and start to like peel off from itself. And 2 are going to shoot outward. I'm going to cast the icy hand at twin spell. So
Twin spelling icy hands.
at level 2.
Okay. Can you drop that into chat so people know what it does?
Yep. There we go. And the radiant damage goes on to the spell attacks as well that I get.
So who are you targeting with this? With the
I
twin
am
spell?
targeting Bato and Narset.
You hit both of them. Does Bato counterspell this?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think Bato is amused. I think Bato will let this happen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's basically like the Witch Bolt.
Yes, this is Witch Bolt reflavored. Yes.
So it does 7 to each of them.
Except that 7 is halved, so that's 3. You know what? I'm gonna go into this thing and I'm going to turn that 7 into 3 because I'm only fighting people who are resistant.
So Bato takes. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Bato takes the higher damage. So Bato takes 13.
No, this is full damage. I cast it at level 2, so I get 2 d12s. The first.
Oh, each of them take.
Each
that?
of them are going to take. So that's going to be 19 plus 3, 22 points of damage. Each of them is going to take 22 points of damage.
So
and actually, does my Hexblade Curse work on a spell?
I would check.
Let me pull it back
Roll
up.
Rolls.
Any attack roll you make against the curse.
That includes
target,
spell attacks. Yep.
If it dies, okay. So she takes an additional 3 points of damage.
What happens when they die?
Any attack you roll, right. If the cursed target dies, you regain hit points equal to your warlock level plus your charisma modifier, which is 5 for me.
So what we see is the icy hands wrap around Narset and she just shatters.
Huh.
So we can rip Narset.
Her essence goes into you slowly but surely.
Yeah, and you see a feather fall down onto the ground at her feet.
As
That feather looks
life
familiar.
energy also moves over towards me.
Yes.
That feather looks very
Is that your
familiar.
turn?
Yes, unfortunately, those 5 hit points don't do me any good because I'm still in my temporary hit points, and I don't
Yes.
regain temporary hit points. So
Yes. How long is Blink up for?
a whole minute.
Let's get another Blink in, please.
Wait. Hang on.
Blink's not concentration, right?
Nope. Blink just goes.
Blink is a powerful spell. Hi, I want to be out of combat sometimes.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna.
Just sometimes.
I blink.
Yeah, so Kirkall is like has his like shield ready, and your mom is like puts a hand on your shoulder and is like, I'm ready to help. And Sif like salutes you. Meanwhile, in meat space, the Coatl is going to fly over to one of the veterans and going to munch and miss. Then it is going to take a bunch of sword slashes. Hold on just a second. Longsword.
Holy shit! That's a lot of long swords.
1, 2, 3,
3
4,
of them hit.
5, 6. Okay. Hit.
3 hit.
Damn.
That's 30 points of damage. Ooh, 30 points of damage. It's kind of.
Is that 30 points of damage?
Yes.
30 points of damage, halved, 15. Control Z. 55.
Oh, it's resistant to cutsies?
It's resistant to a lot of things.
Oh.
Resistant to cutsies.
Yeah, cutsies.
So
Yeah.
am I.
Thug's still asleep. Coatl happens. Bato holds an action. Andrella phases back in. Bato casts a spell. Hold on, I gotta pull up the spell.
So I used my reaction and shield is up. You said right.
When you pop back in, shield is down.
Okay, so so it's reset.
Shield went up at the beginning of your turn. It is the beginning of your turn again.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So I come back in and shield drops. Thank you.
Yes. So Udorich Blist. Boom, boom,
One hit.
boom.
Oh, 2 hits.
3 force and 3 force. 6 force damage, please.
11. 6.
All those crits you dodge.
Got it. -6. Okay. I'm back down to my normal hit points.
Okay. Now it's your turn again.
Whew. Do we want to take a quick break just for?
Yeah. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get me some ice cream.
Coolio.
Andrella's
Okay.
doing okay. This is annoying.
I told you what my damage output would be, and I talked to you about how I might not go down very fast.
We'll see what happens.
How is your armor 20? Okay, fine. It's just
My armor is
it's
that when
magic.
I have shield up, so I need to take shield back down.
it's the honestly, this would be a lot easier if you didn't have blink.
Oh yeah, blink is a really
Like-
good spell.
Like I should have countered blink the minute you cast it. But
There's a
he
lot
wasn't.
of things there's a lot of things you could have countered, but you know.
All
I could have
right.
countered the Coatl, but I didn't want to kill her. Anyway, let's go.
We'll be right. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
You want to
See
see
you
like
then.
I wonder what she's doing